Welcome to my Blender tutorial. The output rendered image stored in a temporary storage area in Blender 2.8. It is named as slot and is handy when you need different image of the object. Now I'm in a default view of Blender 2.8. I'm going to start this little tutorial with a UV sphere. I'm going to delete this default cube by pressing delete key on our keyboard. And leave the light and camera alone. Now switch to render view in the viewport by pressing the last icon just before the shading. Now you can add a sphere by pressing Shift A or by clicking Add menu at the top of the viewport. I'm using Add menu to add the button and select UV sphere. So Add Mesh UV sphere. Now I need a different colored sphere to be stored in the slots every time I render this project. So I'm changing the color of the sphere by clicking the Material tab, adding New, and change the base color from white to green. Now I press the render image. As you can see, the green color UV sphere stored in slot 1. There you can see the slot 1. Now I want to change this to slot 2. Minimize this window, going back to the viewport, and change this color from green to red this time. Again, I want to render this image by clicking Render, Render Image. As you can see, this image stored in slot 2. Now I change this to slot 3. Minimize this window and change the color from red to blue in the viewport. And click Render, and then click Render Image again. You can see the blue sphere stored in slot 3, and we are going to do this again for slot 4 by changing to slot 4. Minimize this. Coming back to the viewport, change the base color from blue to pink. Now we have to render this image by clicking Render, Render Image, or the short key is F12. As we can see, the pink sphere stored in slot 4. Blender providing 8 slots for Windows 2.8. I can go back and forth between render slots. by selecting the slots or by selecting the J key in your keyboard. The render slots are session dependent. It will not be available once you exit from Blender. So I'm not going to do the rest of the slots. At this for example, it's enough for this tutorial. Thank you very much.